From Kenner's Star Wars collection comes the Stormtrooper, the Sand People, and all 20 action figures, including new Hammerhead, Snaggletooth, and more, each sold separately. And now, Boba Fett, Star Wars villain with his
Following
laser
on
rifle.
from 20 hugely successful figures, yes, even Death Squad Commander, Kenner's next figure came shrouded in mystery with a huge dose of hype. The figure initially came in a small white box before it even made its way onto a 21-back card. But let's stop there and take you back to the beginning. Hi, I'm Chris Cook, and this is Vintage to Modern, Kenner's Star Wars 21-back, The Legend of Boba Fett. In March of 1978, Joe Johnson designed a Super Trooper intended to be Darth Vader's lieutenant, but later became the bounty hunter we know today as Boba Fett. The concept evolved to costume and was presented to George Lucas at a screen test in June of that year, still all in white and sporting a Star Wars tea-towel as a cape. Eager to capitalise on the success of Star Wars, Kenner featured the new character as a mail-away figure, available with 4 proof of purchases in their 1979 product catalogue, and highlighted the rocket-firing action feature. The figure already had a great look, and this new feature only added to the cool factor. However, in December of 1978, a 4-year-old named Jeffrey Warren from Lilburn, Georgia, was playing with a Colonial Viper from Mattel's Battlestar Galactica line and fired the toy's missile directly into his mouth. The missile lodged in his throat and he began choking, falling unconscious. He was rushed to hospital, and while they managed to remove the missile, Jeffrey died of complications 2 days later. While this tragic story did lead to a review on safety standards, it is not the reason that Kenner abandoned the rocket-firing feature on Boba Fett. They had already performed tests on an L-slot mechanism, named for its shape, and deemed it too easy to trigger. Tests on a J-slot mechanism, where the user would need to pull down the trigger and then move it across to fire, also failed, as the tab that the trigger hooked behind frequently broke. This resulted in the same problem as the L-slot, but with the additional problems of sharp edges and the broken tab falling inside the mechanism and becoming an additional projectile. Eventually, without being able to resolve the issue, Kenner sealed up the slot and glued the rocket in place. Despite what some may claim, the rocket-firing Boba Fett never made it past this stage, and none were sent as part of the Mailaway promotion or sold as carded figures. Boba Fett was mailed out to consumers with a note giving information about the character, an apology that the rocket didn't fire, and an offer to replace the figure if they were dissatisfied. To my knowledge, nobody sent their figure back. Fast forward to 2010 and Hasbro finally made good on that Kenner promise from 31 years before. As part of a mail-away promotion for the vintage collection, Hasbro offered a Boba Fett figure in the style of the Kenner original, but this time with a rocket that actually fired, and he came packaged on a beautiful Kenner Star Wars card back. The design of the rocket-firing mechanism was completely different from the 1979 version, and works with a push-button trigger. It has a much longer missile that runs through the backpack, but can be replaced with a shorter, non-firing version for display. Now, the reason for all of that history lesson is that Hasbro have not released a super articulated Boba Fett on a Star Wars card back. We have the Empire Strikes Back version, Return and Revenge of the Jedi card backs, but no Star Wars. Given Fett's popularity, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one at some point on this run of the vintage collection. As far as figures go, the Vintage Collection VC09 is the best super articulated version we have, but the helmet from the Last Jedi 2-pack, that incidentally comes with the worst Han Solo figure ever, is the best sculpt for Fett's bucket around. A combo of that helmet and the VC09 body would make for a winning figure. So what do you think? Do we still need to see Fett on a Star Wars card? Is the VC09 body still good enough? Or do we need a ground-up approach? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to ensure that you get the heads up whenever we release a new video. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, both at Toys of the Jedi, and please share this video wherever you do your sharing. A quick reminder that we will be at BaggerCon next weekend and Birmingham Comic Con at the end of the month, so please say hi to us if you are at either event. Until next time.